Sometimes, to mitigate distresses in this forest of the material world, the conditioned soul receives cheap blessings from atheists. He then loses all intelligence in their association. This is exactly like jumping in a shallow river. As a result, one simply breaks his head. He is not able to mitigate his sufferings from the heat, and in both ways he suffers. The misguided conditioned soul also approaches the so-called sadhus and swamis who preach against the principles of the Vedas. He does not receive benefit from them either in the present or in the future. So, as Jadabharta explains, this material world is full of miseries. And when we temporarily get some joy, that is actually misleading us and is compared to impure trees, creepers, poisonous wells, and so on. So, in the grip of these miseries, people will sometimes go to people who they think they're experts, some psychologist or some politician or some intellectual, and ask for relief. But these people cannot guide them. And when they follow them, then they suffer just like a person who's feeling very hot. If he jumps into a shallow river with full speed, then he will hurt himself. Then also Jadabharta talks about false sadhus and swamis who preach against the Vedas. So there are so many false gurus who give their own explanation of the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and they go in their own way. And there are some people who just deny the authority of the Vedas. But anyone who's preaching against the principles of the Vedas, their bhakti is held to be the foremost and the required way of going back home, back to Godhead, they are cheaters. We have to be very careful that we don't get misled by the wrong people. It is very important that for guidance in life or to receive any lessons on the way to live, we must not look at non-devotees or those who are not in our parampara. Many people, especially in the age of internet and WhatsApp, there are people who are forwarding many nice looking sayings to guide our lives. We should make sure that we are only forwarding that which is created in ISKCON. If it is not created in ISKCON, then these people are likely to believe in pious activities, mode of goodness. And if we get entrapped into pious activities and mode of goodness, then what will happen is we will not worship Krishna. We will not have a proper attitude, loving, transcendental loving attitude as Krishna's servant. Instead, we'll be thinking that, oh, I am such a nice person, I'm doing such good, and therefore, because of me, others are going to be happy. So this kind of approach will cause us to be born again and again. No Vishnu Duta is going to approach and rescue us when we face death or when we face sufferings for our previous bad karmas. These pious activities or pious thoughts, they merely give us good karma. They don't cancel out the bad karma. And they do not have the force to take us to the spiritual world. So what we read is extremely important. We are so fortunate that Srila Prabhupada has written tons of literature for us to read. It is enough for our entire lifetime if we just go on reading and understanding Srila Prabhupada's books again and again. But on top of that, we have the lectures of our Guru Maharaja. There are so many of them, DVDs full of them, and we can listen to this every day. Because when we hear from the pure devotee, then we will not be misled. Because the pure devotee is giving us only one direction. That is, how to render transcendental loving service to Krishna and the devotees. This is the lesson they give us. If we want to just establish a direct connection to Krishna and say that, oh, I'm going to serve Krishna, or to Guru and say, oh, I'm going to serve Guru, but we neglect their devotees, we don't follow their instructions, we don't try to serve them under the misguided assumption that, oh, I know everything. I have studied Bhagavad Gita, my senior has studied. I have studied Bhagavatam, he has studied. I understand everything. Why do I have to listen to him? I'll take my own decision. I'll run things my own way. Just by taking such a decision, automatically we are now on the path of Maya. Because we started thinking that I am not lower than a blade of grass. We think that I am equal. So once we start thinking that I'm not lower than a blade of glass, then it will be very difficult for us to chant. Kirtaniya Sadahari becomes very difficult. And if we cannot do Kirtaniya Sadahari, then our sinful activities will stay within us. We will not get purified. And we'll slowly start forgetting Krishna and remembering only ourselves. And in this way, we will not go back to Godhead. So we should avoid this danger by being very intelligent, listen to the bona fide Guru, to Srila Prabhupada, and serve them and serve our senior devotees, follow their instruction, ask them for instruction and follow it. And in this way, we will not be misled, but we will gain relief from the material miseries. Hare Krishna. Today there is no purport, there is no class from Mataji because she has gone for Pani Hatti. Well, I have to go to the restaurant. Let me see if she comes back. If she has time, I'll ask her to record a purport. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam Granth Raj ki jai.